What is video game addiction? Video game addiction is excessive or compulsive use of computer and video games that interferes with daily life. Users having game addiction may play compulsively, isolating themselves from other forms of social contact, and focus almost entirely on in-game achievements rather than broader life events. To understand the research in the area of video game addiction, let's explore the following questions. What is an addictive behavior? What characterizes video game addiction? And what can we do to address it? According to Mark Griffiths, any behavior that features all the core components of addiction, such as substance addiction, is operationally defined as an addiction. In the case of video games, various biopsychosocial processes lead to the development of addiction, which includes these components. Salience. This occurs when video game play becomes the most important activity in the person's life and dominates their thinking, feelings, and behavior. Mood modification. The individual uses gaming to escape reality or create the feeling of euphoria. Tolerance. This is the process whereby increasing amounts of video game play are required to achieve the same effect. Withdrawal symptoms. These are the unpleasant feelings and physical effects which occur when video game play is discontinued or suddenly reduced. For example, moodiness, depression, and irritability. Conflict. This refers to interpersonal conflicts between the video game player and those around them, conflicts with other activities, or intrapersonal conflict from within the individual themselves that are concerned with spending too much time engaged in video game play. And finally, relapse. This is the tendency for repeated reversions to earlier patterns of video game play to recur upon discontinuation. A systematic review of gaming addiction studies using neuroimaging methods until 2012 revealed that gaming addiction appears similar to other addictions, including substance-related addictions, at the molecular, neurocircuitry, and behavioral levels. On the molecular level, gaming addiction is characterized by an overall reward deficiency that entails decreased dopaminergic activity. On the level of neural circuitry, gaming addiction led to neuroadaptation and structural changes that occur as a consequence of prolonged increased activity in brain areas associated with addiction. On a behavioral level, gaming addicts appear to be constricted with regards to their cognitive functioning in various domains. A growing number of studies indicate that gaming addiction is associated with various negative consequences. These include psychological effects such as sacrificing real-life relationships, sleep, work, education, and other pastime activities, lack of attention, aggression and hostility, stress, dysfunctional coping, worse academic achievement, problems with verbal memory, low well-being, and high loneliness, and even psychosomatic consequences such as problems with sleeping and seizures. This long list indicates that gaming problems must be taken seriously, as they can affect the individual negatively in a variety of ways. A cognitive behavioral therapy approach for treatment posits that psychological problems stem from problematic cognitions coupled with behaviors that either intensify or maintain the maladaptive response. Treatment involves identifying problem cognitions and replacing them with new beliefs, attitudes, and strategies that promote healthy behavioral change. Monitoring involves steering clients to become more aware of the problems associated with their excessive video game use. This involves drawing attention to the adverse consequences of excessive playing. The therapist can help the individual set goals to help them reduce the time they spend playing. For example, finding an alternative activity to deal with stress that fosters a sense of achievement rather than escape from negative mood states. The goal is to challenge faulty cognitions that maintain problem behavior and replace them with more adaptive thoughts that promote healthy behavior.